Nice.
Here we are, Beermageddon day 3, and I'm joined with Vindicator. How are you guys doing?
Fine, pretty good.
Just come off stage, so yeah.
How was it?
Very good. Very, very good. See all these people. I'm surprised that this lively on the third day.
This early as well.
I'm surprised people are just crawling out of the beds. Just...
That was us.
Oh, you what? Wouldn't know tell?
Oh yeah. We'll leave you to it.
First thing with these, especially these size festivals, everyone's here for what reason?
Well, yeah, you don't get many festivals like this that cater mostly to the unsigned crowd anymore. It's all things like Bloodstock and Download and what's the other one?
Leeds Fest and all that.
Leeds Fest.
Well, that's not really.
Is it Hammerfest, the one in
Wales, yeah.
And it's like, what do we have for the unsigned bands without having to go through all of that fucking...
No, Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, Metal to the Masses, all that sort of crap, which we...
Vote for my band on Facebook.
We just don't do that sort of stuff because, I mean, personally, I believe most of it's rigged, and I say that from experience. Yeah. So it's just sort of like, well, we shouldn't have to prove how good we are. It's like we just go up and do our thing. We shouldn't have to sort of like have a...
Just jizz themselves to death.
Yeah. We don't...
It's Vindicator for you.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to like be ticked off in a tally chart comparing us to other bands. It's just, so having something like Beermageddon is really, really good, I think. It's some of the best bands in the country, in the world, it's in today's case.
It's the best of both worlds, I think, really, this place. It's a nice, small, kind of cosy venue, but at the same time you've got that festival campsite atmosphere, everyone's getting jolly, having a good time. Yeah. You really fucking, like, people getting into it. You go to a small crowd gig and there's people that just, alright, entertain me. But, these people are already...
That's usually us. I mean, it's another thing. It's not like Bloodstock where it's everyone tends to be a little bit. It's very chaotic. The Bloodstock here, everyone's a bit more chilled out, aren't they? It's like you don't really get that much trouble or anything. It's Bloodstock. You just get noisy, obnoxious, drunk wankers, and here you still get that. But yeah, you still get it here. But they know when to calm down, which I like. So.
Yeah, that's it. It's like. The big festivals, it goes on all the way through the night through till sometimes daybreak. Whilst we're like the lights of Beermageddon gets to a certain time, so just silence, and that was it. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, by Jim's musings. Musings.
Still quite a bit lively. What is about 4 in the morning we were listening to people play Papa Roach and stuff.
Slipknot, yeah. We thought they were kidding at first.
It's like, I'll put some Slipknot on.
I was like, no, please don't.
Please. No one that fucking whistle.
Nah, it's been good. I've had a good time here, actually.
So what's in store for you guys after today? You got no more tour dates for
album.
Yeah, we're taking a break to produce our album, which we've been putting off for a long time. We need to concentrate on that. We're going to get it recorded. Then we'll be back to the gigging scene, twice as powerful as ever, slaying even more people, and we'll have an album that people can listen to.
And
buy is the operative word. Buying it. So
it's
maybe go places.
It's taken a long time to get that done. Life just interferes. So
we need better equipment.
So how are you doing the album? Are you doing it home produced or you actually?
We've always done self-produced. I mean, we've got a certain, not like a certain sound, but the atmosphere and everything needs to be right for the kind of music we do. I mean, you hear 90% of modern sort of production on metal albums is way too sort of sterile and clean. I mean, it sounds good, but like we need some character in it that it's got to be personally tailored. It's got that sort of handmade stuff.
Basically, we dig reverb.
Yeah, lots of reverb.
Reverb's got to be done.
There's a lot of albums that bands put out nowadays that are just overproduced to the tits. It's just a wall of noise. You can't make out what you'd be lucky to hear what the guitar player is doing or what the bass player is doing because it is just noise. It's just trying to be as loud as possible, really, isn't it? It's like almost fake heaviness.
Yeah, it ends up just coming out like a load of cats hissing at each other angrily.
What metal albums have you been listening to?
I can't remember, to be honest. I don't want to say any names in case they sue me.
That's libel, Chris.
Oh dear.
What's the artwork? Is that done by you guys or do you have it?
It was before, wasn't it? You did it.
Yeah, previously I've drawn it off. And we're looking in to get someone to do it that can draw better. Just the album artwork all needs to reflect the album itself. till we got the album in progress.
Yeah, not to sound pretentious, of course, but you know, there's a certain vibe that goes with the album art and
Yeah.
Yeah, we
in
want
reflection with the music.
everything
fit
is
properly.
wrapped up in one good like package of awesomeness. I mean, we've been putting this album off for how long now?
2 years.
Yeah,
2
2
years.
years. We're perfectionists.
And by that he means he's a perfectionist.
I'm a perfectionist as well.
Okay, yeah.
That
We
we have
are
a lot of
professionals.
equipment trouble. I mean,
Yeah.
the
That
403's
is-
been
Today-
for like what, ages now? Microphone
yeah.
troubles, fucking losing studio.
Yeah.
That wasn't good. Well, that was not good.
We are probably the unluckiest band in the world.
I think everybody just hates us.
It's
Maybe it's all that
guys.
Satanism and occultism and stuff like that. I think we're doing it wrong.
Not sacrificing enough virgins.
Must be. Need
But
a few
then to
more
go for
drugs.
perfection is not a bad thing as well, because
Definitely.
if you release something which you're not happy with 100%,
Chris like Priest.
then it's just like,
Chris
then you might as
Rock
well bother playing to start off with.
Well, the problem is that you're always going to be your own worst critic.
Yeah.
So even if the album is nigh on perfect, you're always going to listen back to it and go, I think I'd have rather done that differently. But you can't dwell on that because that's how things never get released. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Definitely.
So
To be honest, we'll go as near as perfect as it's going to get now. It's just the fact of we don't want to listen to it a few years down the line and go, Jesus Christ, what the fuck were we thinking? We thought that sounded good.
have we done that yet?
No, we've done that with
Oh, been all right so far.
Well, we have
Chris like
stupid
Priest.
ideas and we think they're awesome.
No.
There'll be a few interesting surprises.
Let's not go down that route.
Yeah, let's not bring truffles into this.
So I tell you guys are quite, you can be very honest with each other if you think something's like not right.
Oh God, we'll just flat out tell each other that it's shit. All the
We
time.
always stand by honesty being the best policy. I mean, I know it sounds very cliche, but you know, if something doesn't work with us, we've got to say it because we need to come to a conclusion that everyone
Yeah.
can work with,
Well-
that everyone's happy
Well,
with.
you don't want like egos getting bruised or anything
Yeah.
like that. So our policy has been right from the start. If we hate something, we just say, "Look, that sounds shit."
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, not like a personal thing. Not saying that you suck at writing riffs. Not saying that your guitar skills are shit. Not saying that you're a naff bassist. Just. that
So
what you play
everyone but you two, yeah, it's me and Chris. Now I think the thing is that it's sort of like Vindicator has a sound, and you have to stick to that sound, otherwise it's not Vindicator. So it's like you could bring something, and I mean I brought a song in a long time ago now, and it's sort of like it's good, but it doesn't sound like Vindicator, which is a fair comment. Yeah, okay, you're a bit gutted that your song's not going to get used, but you can't take it personally. That's just how it has to be, and everyone's understanding of that, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't the four of us, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this.
I don't think anybody else could be in this band.
They couldn't put up with this.
It's not survival.
It's not even just that. It's like it's all well and good, like someone joining a band and learning the material, but you have to learn how to be in Vindicator.
sound.
Yeah.
For the
it's-
purpose of metal, Vindicator is a verb. You have to be able to vindicate it.
So obviously there's a lot of sub-genres which fall under the metal banner.
A lot.
New ones have been
Endless.
invented every single day. right?
we tend
find
to.
ourselves with sort of.
We tend to call ourselves this like black and speed metal because new wave of British melodic black and death thrash was too long and pretentious of a title.
We're just getting a little bit too nitty gritty there,
Yeah.
splitting things out into their individual little draws. But I'm happy to just call it heavy metal, really. I mean, it's the vibe. Well, the thing is, the vision for this band from the start is like the most like when you listen to some metal, you're like, fucking hell, that's awesome. All that concentrated into musical form, but like that obviously incorporates elements from anything. So. Like, yeah, we could call ourselves new wave of British melodic black and
Death
speed
thrash. Yeah. Of
Call it
doom.
metal. But it's stuff with quite trebly guitars and a lot of reverb that
Yeah.
would fall under category C.
So when you finally get the album released, are you looking at download and CD, or would you like to see it on vinyl?
Got a lot of different ideas for that. The music industry today has changed.
Oh, you got them started now.
Oh yeah, don't fucking start me on this. You've got people that say your internet piracy is killing your album sales. You've got people that are saying that no, CDs are still going strong. You've got people saying,
We made
oh,
our
but bands
career
make
off
money from the
piracy.
merchandise. it's kind of like all three. The music industry of now needs to adapt and diversify for what the fucking people actually want. And we're kind of in a middle zone between the old industry where you went and bought something, and now where it's all internet, digital, everywhere, fucking airwaves. So we're probably going to get bored and put it out for like a pay what you want download at some point.
I think
pay what you want, we agree with it.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's enough to buy us a luxury mansion and some yachts,
maybe a Gulfstream. Or
I mean, we've said that we're definitely going to put this one out on CD because the last ones were very limited edition, or they weren't, or in case of a single.
The Outbreak EP, even that was like it's just an EP. We put it out. There was a lot of interest in getting the physical copy of it, so. We're going to really put some effort into a decent release of this.
But that interest was from people who downloaded it in the first place. So I'd say half the people who know us, which is actually a surprising amount, only wouldn't have heard us if we hadn't have put those up for download. So it's like if anyone's saying piracy is killing music and killing bands, it's like
no, it isn't.
No, we're proof. We're the anti that.
We are the anti-logic.
Yeah. You're the anti-logic.
It's a catch-22 situation. It is a very hard situation to be in because you go on tours to get your name out there, but then you also have to have your music out there for people who are not able to get to see you at certain dates. So you get people who are listening via download or listening via social media sites, and then their friends spread the music that way as well. So your name slowly gets spread.
Mm-hmm. It's all about recognition. It's all about getting your name out there. At the same time, though, those people got to buy something. Otherwise, we can't afford to go on tour. So
we need lunch money. It pays to have friends like Jim Beerman and Psyche and all the guys in Virus and Annihilated, all these good bands. I mean, it pays because they're genuine people who have a genuine love for talent at the end of the day. And it's like I know in particular, Coke from Virus speaks very highly of us for some bizarre reason. It's just There is still that community thing, as cliche as it is, that is close knit. If the people that genuinely care will show it by spreading your stuff. Yeah. So, and then you get the people who say they'll do it, and then they go no. which is the other 90%.
I'll come to your gig. What 300 attending on Facebook, 30 show up.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've seen that so many
facades.
times. We get to a concert and it ends up with bands playing to bands and no one's bothered to
I think at Corporation we had 5 actual audience members?
13 paying attendees.
Oh, that's a bit more.
Yeah. I actually organised that show as well. I mean, I can't go into details on camera, but basically the band that was supposed to be headlining, their management turned around literally a week before the show and said, we don't want them doing it because it's not next to the release date of their album anymore. So we had to get in a replacement at the last minute, and it was a rather we played well and everything. The other bands were good, but it was just embarrassing to say the least.
Yeah.
So I got a bit of a bad rep as a promoter for that one. I've managed to get that back, but it's still.
It's a tough situation. It's really tough out there at the moment. So what is on your wish list for 2014 for Vindicator?
More gigs, more music.
Good gigs.
We're going to go on a blitz, really, to be honest. As soon as we get this album out, you're going to be seeing us up and down the country 24/7, really.
I think we'd like to hit places we've not been before.
Yeah, I mean, London, we were meant to be playing this weekend in London. We really want to get this play somewhere. Actually, when we got here and discovered the camping situation, I feel like it's quite a good job that we didn't play in London.
Me and Chris forgot our sleeping bags because we're retards. So. Whoops.
Instead of anything long sleeved, I focused on the alcohol side of things. So I've got whiskey, rum, beer, but...
Oh shit, where's my sleeping bag?
Yeah, quite.
Stuff to keep you warm, you don't need to sleep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We just got a hotel. Anyway, back on top.
Really?
You mentioned travelling up, obviously travelling the UK and going to places you haven't seen, so let's go for a fantasy question here. Any venue, any location in the world, where would you like to play?
Sweet Fox.
And
No, seriously.
Seriously.
And you are the headline act. Who would you have supporting you, or actually, who would you have roadieing for you, doing your tech?
Doing our tech.
It's going to be Malcolm. Malcolm's got a good sound guy.
Yeah, but you can't hear anything. I love Malcolm at the Snooty Fox, but he might be going a little bit deaf in his age, I think.
Even if he's going a bit deaf, he's still got as better sound than anyone else.
That's true,
So
yeah.
it's just Malcolm. He'll do everything.
Malcolm at the Snooty Fox.
And
amazing sound guy.
But just an amazing guy, really.
Fucking Slayer shit enough to spot us.
Don't be talking shit about Slayer. Fuck you.
You mean half of Slayer?
Or 3/4.
Yeah.
There's only
Well,
one.
I suppose both stuff kind of counts, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if I could have bands supporting us,
We'll get some voodoo rituals on go. Reincarnate Chuck Shulgin.
you're opening for Vindicator now, Chuck, and we're going to cover your song.
Thank you. I've always wanted to come Vindicator stuff.
This song is about a mountain.
Film Deception and Greed.
We mean it in a nice way, by the way. We love Chuck Shulgin. We wouldn't have played his songs otherwise.
I don't know, I think we're just above everyone.
In fact, I think Chuck Shulgin was actually the reason I got into more of the death metal side of things in the first place.
Oh, so many people just from listening to Death and there you go, fucking world is open.
Yeah. Good band, very good band. I know, we got Onslaught opening for us, I guess. Oh, careful.
Yeah.
We're trying our best to be politically correct here. I mean,
Yeah, we're trying. It's very hard. It's just kind of like bite the lip, Dave.
How about conquering Europe? Would you guys like to take Germany or?
Yes.
Definitely.
I'd love to do Germany, to be honest. It'd be fantastic.
I think like
People.
Europe's an entirely different thing for metal. The people go insane for it. I mean,
South America too.
yeah.
Brazil.
There's a lot
I
of
think we need a
places
little bit
that
more
like
info
metal.
about
Metal in the UK. I mean, it's still going strong as stuff like this shows, but it's not quite the same dedication as people have in like your Eastern Europe, your Northern Europe, where
Germany.
people. I mean, what? There was a guy in Norway. He got excused from work because
Yeah.
metal.
Heavy metal was classed as like a disability.
Yeah.
Distinction heavy metal. Yeah.
Like you don't get that in England, do you?
So
You're
he
not
was
going to go to the job centre and go, "Sorry, mate, I'm a metal."
He worked in like a kitchen or something, and there's like as part of his agreement as like having this class as a disability, he could like wear Slayer shirts, have long hair, and play like death metal at work. And he worked in like a restaurant or something.
That's the one.
Like a bistro.
Yeah, just in the wrong country. We should have been formed in Germany, really.
Yeah, like Germany, Spain, the
Norway.
Netherlands, places like that. I mean, it's just. I mean, Germany, I think, would be a goal for the end of next year or something.
Germany
would
during
say.
Oktoberfest. That would
Yes.
be my idea of heaven.
Yes. I don't think.
Are you sure you guys would be sober enough to play?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Maybe 2 or 3 litres of beer would be fine.
So that's the other thing as well. It's the logistics side of going abroad as well. So
Right.
with the UK, yeah, it all comes
More money.
It comes more money. I think you guys would go down a storm.
Well, we think so.
We'd like to think so anyway.
Wasn't it when we were the primary support for Destroy 666 at the end of last year, and there was was he Polish? This crazy Polish guy, and he was just like,
People loving it.
he was going, he's like getting up on stage and all this sort of, everyone loved it, and he came
Come
up,
headbang with me.
he came up to us afterwards, he's like, I never heard you guys before, but you play good fucking heavy metal, and we were just like, that's what we like to see, we don't get that very often.
Dedication, I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
They love it.
Herod, what's his name?
Instead
Christian
of getting
from
people milling
Denmark.
around.
Yeah. Loads
It's like all our biggest fans are foreign.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian's
basically.
come to FTA both times we've played.
Yeah, our friend
for us.
Our friend Christian comes all the way from Denmark to see the past 2 years to see us play full thrash assault, and that's always been good. It's like that's dedication for you, really. He usually helps out by like manning our merch stand at the same time.
Yeah,
But
brilliant spunk.
yeah. Oh god,
So terribly dashingly attractive that we don't.
he is. He's just like the most handsome man known to man, really. Isn't it?
It must make you guys feel really, really proud that fans has travelled.
Definitely. We appreciate it so much, really.
It's kind of
Something we
strange.
look forward to every year, really. Seeing all these people that have,
Yeah.
like, they put in the effort to come to the same event each time, and it's like a community, really.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that people are on our side, really, isn't it? Makes a change.
Seb's come to a lot of our gigs as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, Seb comes to a lot of our gigs. He was on our guest list today because he's a good friend of mine. So one of the best vocalists I've ever heard as well. But it's just really nice, So you get the occasional people. It's like Cy, not Cy Keeler,
The other side.
he comes to a lot of our shows. In fact, I think he's been to most of them actually.
Yeah.
He's always there. He's just brilliant. You know, we do have a select few people that follow us around almost, and it's just like that's kind of it's alien. It's an alien concept to us.
Yeah.
So it almost becomes like a family.
Yeah.
So each gig you go to, it's almost like a reunion of
Exactly.
fans.
It's like long lost relatives. I assume.
We need to persuade Cy to get a Vindicator tattoo.
Yeah.
He's got a blood beer and a severed heaven one. It's like, where the fuck's your Vindicator tattoo, mate? just the cross, just on his foot.
All the way down his nose.
Yeah. So it must be a thing.
Well, guys, I'd like to thank you so much for taking time out.
No problem.
No, thank you for having us.
I really enjoyed your set earlier on. The first time I've actually seen you guys perform, and I was like literally blown away.
Excellent.
Next time you see us, we will have a new album.
Yeah. Hopefully in less than 6 months.
Don't jinx it.
The majority of the set that we played is new material that's going to be on the album. But,
it is,
still
isn't it?
the album's in there. We just need to polish it off.
Yeah, that Zombie Ritual one is one we're really proud of, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, nobody else could write songs like Zombie Ritual.
Yeah, don't hold us to that, by the way. If he says 6 months, that usually means 6 years. So.
Looking forward to hearing the new stuff, and I wish you all the best for it.
Thank you very much, mate.
I hope you will catch you on the road again someday.
Shall we?
throughout the UK.
Well, we'll be somewhere around.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, guys. Been good.
Thanks very much.
Get out.